Hey, boss! What the? Do you by chance know what statue we're unboxing today? I cannot agree with you more, Pakkun. I mean, Dill. Well, go ahead. Give our guests a proper greeting. Hey everybody, Bam Collectibles here, back for another statue unboxing review for you. On the channel, we have seen some pretty epic Kakashi statues showcased, but I am so happy today to finally bring you a statue of him with his Ninken dogs. Jumping right on into the base, we'll see it's pretty tall, and on the bottom it is a felt pad so it can easily slide across surfaces if you do need to move it around. All throughout the statue, you're going to find tons of indents and notches in there because they sculpted a ton of pieces separately. As you can see, these two larger rocky pieces that are sticking up are going to support a lot of different effects. And then also look at these bulldogs that they sculpted on the front two pieces of this. I believe when Kakashi uses some type of earth style jutsu, I can't remember which ones exactly, but those would show up on there. I remember it showing up during the Pain Invasion arc for some reason. I do recall it, I think, in there. Someone can remind me in the comments below if you do recall exactly what episode that those showed up in. Jumping around to the backside, we'll see that a lot of the effects that are going to be added onto here are these smoke or dust-like particles that I would interpret them being a mixture of just the overall dynamic scene itself with all the dogs they're going to be popping out, or it also could be the dust from them all being summoned initially from Kakashi. On the bottom of each piece is going to be that round circular magnet that's impacted into the resin, and so they can easily just attach onto these little grooves and notches. I guess the proper term would be they would key into the slot so that they can all sit properly into place. This statue is made by the studio Big Gecko, and thankfully they did sculpt all those pieces separately as it allows it to arrive more safe. Speaking of arriving safely, thank you so much CIVET AF or CIVET Action Figure. This is where I purchased this statue from. If you are looking to pick up a statue, I'd encourage you to visit their website. First things first, changing the currency to USD for me or whatever your currency is for your country. And then we'll check out the Naruto statues they have available. Looks like this Kakashi one up top here is actually in stock. Another cool variation of Kakashi with his ninja dogs. And then we can also check out the, whatever they have in stock currently right now. They have tons of different franchises and series, from Yu-Gi-Oh to Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and here we go, Attack on Titan right here. Mikasa's in stock. I cannot wait to showcase this one on my channel. Link to their website will be in the description below, and jumping around to the front of the base, we'll attach these other two dust particles, and then we have our first Ninken dog. This is Guruko. Thank you, Naruto Wikipedia. The bottom of his belly near the chest is where the notch is sculpted onto so we can connect to the base. And we can see the sculpting is done really well. There's that cool looking paw. Every single one of the dogs does have this logo on the back of them. That is that symbol that all of them wear on their vests, but very dynamic in motion. I love the way it's almost like his gums are kind of flapping backwards a little bit. We have his ears facing that back way. Not gonna lie, I did feel like cracking a Superman joke with the way he's posed, but I will not. Up next, we have Bull the Bulldog, right? It's when you call Guy a guy, this is Bull, and he has tons of muscle definition sculpted all throughout, which I think is so accurate to his character in the show and the purpose that he serves within the group of ninja dogs. I swear this guy hasn't skipped leg day once in his life. Looking at the wrappings on the left and right front legs, those look awesome. Then we also have the headband on that left arm or the left leg there as well. Each of the Ninken do have their respective headbands somewhere on their body sculpted. The studio did a great job as well bringing that crazy collar to life. That's probably one of the most memorable parts about him, but he totally looks like the enforcer in the group, right? The big brute dog of the gang. I swear if I lived in the ninja world, if it wasn't puppet jutsu, I'd probably be somebody who uses ninja dogs as well. His tail was sculpted separately, and to attach it on here safer, I'm going to use some blue tack. The purpose of this is to add a very thin layer on to the tail, or at least the end of the tail, that's the notch. And what that does is it allows it to have a little bit of friction so it stays on there a little bit tighter. And I will recommend, if you're looking to get some of this stuff or pick it up, I do have an Amazon affiliate link in the description. Also, if you're just looking to order something off of Amazon and you want to click my links, I also, get a little bit of commission from that. You're just taking it out of Amazon's pocket, putting it into mine. Be sure to check out that store if you're ever in the need for supplies, or again, just want to click my link to support and help the channel. Thank you. So now we'll go ahead and get this tail attached to the back, and then coming up next is none other than the main dude, Pakkun. I'm going to tell you, if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel, I wanted to encourage you to do so in the near future. I'm going to be having a life-size statue of Pakkun shipped to me, so I cannot wait for that to arrive and showcase it to everybody. It's going to be fun. I love life-size statues. That's going to be more of a silly, goofy one. I will mention the tail did come broken on this, just kind of a small flaw that did end up happening. I did glue it. Didn't do that great of a job with it. It was a very difficult thing to glue, but that's all I could do. Thankfully, you see it on the back, and you can see, where does it go? Right here. Here can go anywhere, but it goes right on top of Bull's back. Bull has a magnet on his back, and then also Pakkun has one on the bottom, so it looks really cool. You can angle it whichever way you'd like. And here you thought we were done with dust particles. Nope, we have 2 more to go through. This is a basic one that just attaches on there, and the second one does have 2 different purposes. Number 1, a dust particle. Number 2 is going to be that notch we see there. That is going to house our 4th Ninken, which is Shiba. Not sure exactly what they were going for there with sculpting the tongue hanging out, especially in midair like that. But hey, yeah, they do have tongues, so I guess it was just flapping in the wind. But every bit as clean paint application wise as all the other dogs so far. Because this one is higher up, they do have a steel rod in there to be sure he is secure into place. And I'll mention his ear did come broken. It was like that upon arrival, nothing that I did. So I just glued it again and did my best to make it as new as I could. But it is a difficult thing to do sometimes with some of these parts when they're not too cleanly broken. So I will show you exactly how he fits into there, kind of just shimmies right into place. And then just like the others, it does magnetize onto the side. Crazy cool looking of all the poses on this statue. This has got to be one of my favorite, how he's so aerial and dynamic like that. Up next is Bisuke. I'm not sure why they sculpted him with his eyes shut, but they are. And we have him as another aerial dog. So we can see, obviously, we're focusing on more of the top portion of this rocky section. So there's his headband right there. All the headbands are so cleanly done. I love how the metallic paint job was done on there. But just like the other Shiba, we do have that notch that's going to fit him right into place over here. And he's got to be the tallest dog on the statue. He has a little bit of a wobble to him, but because that steel rod's into place, I am not concerned one bit about him. I need your help. So here are 3 different cards from my collection that I found. This is going to be the first, so Kakashi in his normal outfit, then the dogs. And the second one is going to be more of him in the Anbu outfit that he normally wears. And our third card is just going to be focused on the dogs themselves. I value your opinion, so let me know in the comments below which one you think should be displayed next to the statue. All the way on the left, we have A, B, and then C. And then up next, we're going to be busting open a pack from the Foretold Prophecy set right here. So I am, starting to run a little bit lower on sealed product, and they're really difficult and expensive to get these days. So I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to continue to do this, but as long as I can, I will be opening up cards so everybody can see them. I'll also leave a link in the description for where exactly I pick up most of mine. You can check those out. Here's our full for the pack. We have a Tamari card. I think we actually pulled that a few sets ago. Naruto Uzumaki, Giant Sand Shield, and then we have our rare for the pack is Naruto, not showing any sensitivity. Here we have Uhei, and I will say one of the things that Big Gecko Studio did allow for is they sculpted a lot of these dogs separate to where you can position them and put them anywhere that you would like on the statue. Well, I guess not on the statue, but you can put them anywhere around the statue. So I'm not sure. I'm kind of torn on this. I like the fact that you have the flexibility to put them anywhere you would like, but I also maybe would have liked it if they built in more of the diorama so that you could probably put them somewhere specifically on the statue. For this ninja dog, I actually was not able to find its name. I'm not sure if they just made this one up to add on the side. I think there was actually one dog that I did find in the group after researching online that they actually didn't include in this statue. For our last dog on the statue, we have Akino, which has got to be the coolest, most chill dog in the group. I gotta say, what this dog reminds me of, though, is you remember that character early on in the show? I think his name was Ibisu. He followed Konohamaru around. That's who this dog reminds me of. If Ibisu transformed into a dog, I swear this is probably what he would look like. As a freebie for the statue, the studio did include this gold looking coin, so we can see Big Gecko's logo on this side. If we flip it over, we will see a silhouette of Kakashi and the actual edition size on there. In comes head and handless Kakashi. This statue comes in at about a 1/7 scale because it's a little bit larger than we typically see, like a 1/8 scale. We have some awesome looking texturing that they were able to put all throughout the outfit because it's a larger character, which they did a fantastic job on. Especially we can see the shading of the darker blue tones in the jeans. Great looking ninja tool pouch. I hope you are ready because there is one piece of this statue that I'm so excited to show you later that really puts the icing, or at least the cherry on top of the icing of the cake for me when it comes to a Kakashi statue. For now though, all I'll say is everything is perfect in this body. Really, that the paint job is great, the sculpting is great. One thing that I find that people get wrong with his sculpt sometimes is they almost make the flak jacket a little too big on him, but this is perfectly proportioned in my opinion. The first hand is sculpted to where it's just outreaching and outstretching. Part of me feels like they should have maybe sculpted a Chidori in this statue, but they did not. This second hand here does have a grip pose. And why do you think that is? Because your boy Zabuza sword is showing up in the statue. For those that are new to the channel, I am a Zabuza enthusiast, one of my favorite characters in the show. You might be thinking why, but I did share in several other videos why. I'll probably end up saying again, but just a very dear character to me, so to have this sword in the statue makes it all that much more perfect. And for this one, they just magnetize on there just like this, and they did come with 2 different head sculpts. So here is the first one, and we have that right eye that's shut. One thing I will mention is because he's using Zabuza's sword, I think this should be a Ninja Shinobi Alliance headband instead of the standard Konoha headband that we see there. And the second head does have the 2 Sharingan eyes there with, you know, obviously Obito had given that to him. So again, this is definitely during the war arc, the missed opportunity with the headband. Not, you know, missed to the point where I care that much, but it is something they could have perfected with that. So here's the first head, and then we'll also see there is the second. I'll probably prefer the second for myself. So there we have it. I'm in love with this statue. Gosh, they really executed the dogs so perfectly. The pose for Kakashi as well. It finally checks that box off my list of having Kakashi using something other than just a Susanoo in his statue. So really great job, Big Gecko Studio. I do hope you enjoyed today's video, and I would highly recommend you check out CIVET AF. Again, the link's in the description. I'll see you in the next video. As always, everybody, do what you love and love what you do. Bam out.